Hello and welcome to another episode of Gully China. Thanks for tuning in. You may have been following the series so far where I've been looking at Chinese cinema, specifically looking at how certain films can give us a better understanding of modern Chinese society. We've looked at lots of films so far in the series, and I've certainly learned loads through my research and reading, and I hope you guys have too. I've been asked a few times about where to access these kind of movies. The films I've spoken about so far in this series have been sourced from a variety of places. Some of the older ones are just available on YouTube, and sometimes even with English subtitles. Others have to be sourced through Chinese streaming sites and torrent sites, but other films are available on major English and Western streaming services and are available with English subtitles. Today I'm going to be looking at my favourite Chinese movies that are available to buy or rent on iTunes/Apple TV. As I go through these, please also remember that the availability of these films may be different in different places, and I'm coming from a UK Apple ID. At number 5 we have So Long My Son, 地久天长, from the 6th generation legend Wang Xiaoshuai. Wang produced some legendary movies that we've mentioned before, like The Days, 冬春的日子, and Beijing Bicycle, 17岁的单车. So Long My Son is one of those lovely films that charts contemporary China through the family unit, or in this case, two families, flicking back and forth through present and past. The film takes us through the social and economic reforms that all people who were born before the 80s in China will remember. However, universal experiences of life and family in these settings allow us as foreign viewers to get a more intimate learning experience than you'd get from a book about Chinese history or a documentary about Deng Xiaoping. At number 4, Mountains May Depart, 山河故人, is a classic Jia Jiangke Zhao Tao film. Almost like a Tim Burton and Helena Bonham Carter type relationship, Zhao Tao has appeared in many of her husband's films throughout the years and long before they were married, starring in Unknown Pleasures, Ren Xiaoyao, and Platform Jantai back in the early 2000s. Mountains May Depart deals with the fast changes of Chinese society and the cultural differences of generations with vastly differing experiences of the outside world. At number 3, Black Coal Thin Ice. This crime investigation film comes from Diao Yinan, who also brought us The Wild Goose Lake. Black Coal Thin Ice, 白日焰火, is a gritty noir film centered around a fallen detective who has become a destitute alcoholic security guard after a particularly violent and traumatizing case. When new information surfaces about this case, he finds himself sucked back in. Without giving too much away, Black Coal Thin Ice includes some really intriguing plot twists and has the most melancholic of settings in China's most northeastern province of Heilongjiang. At number 2, Have a Nice Day. This incredible animation is brought to us by Liu Jian and was praised by none other than Jia Jiangke as a milestone for Chinese animation. The music of the Shanghai Restoration Project acts as the background to a story of gangs and organized crime. I must admit, this was the first animation of this caliber that I've seen come out of China, but now I have seen it, I really want to discover more. I was really surprised that this one was available on iTunes, but I'm glad it was, as it's really difficult to find anywhere else. And number 1 is Lust Caution, 色戒. I first saw Lust Caution on TV in China and loved it, so I was really happy to see this available on iTunes. Ang Lee, the Taiwanese director we all know and love from international blockbusters like Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon and Brokeback Mountain, brings us the story of an assassination plot of a high-level official during Japanese occupation. The film speaks of love, loyalty, dependence and lust during World War II era Shanghai, and is the first major movie to star Tang Wei, who we all know from Long Day's Journey into Night. Although some of my favourite films, like Youth and Long Day's Journey into Night and I Am Not Madame Bovary, are available on iTunes, I haven't included them in this video because I think I've spoken about them enough. For lots of people, traipsing through Chinese torrent sites sounds like their idea of a pop-up and malware hell. So if you want to avoid this, I would really recommend checking out these great films that are available to buy or rent on iTunes/Apple TV. Next time I'm going to be looking at some of my favourite Chinese films that are available to watch on Netflix in the UK at least. Specifically films that show the genuine and multifaceted China that we have begun to explore through this series. Thank you so much for watching and see you next time. Bye.